Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, he said that AI is advancing at light speed. And, looking at Nvidia's latest moves, he might be right.
Yeah.
We've got a whole stack of articles and reports all about Nvidia for you today.
Okay.
And let's just say, it's a wild ride.
Looking forward to it.
They're absolutely dominating the AI chip market.
It's true.
You practically can't talk about AI without mentioning Nvidia.
It's become the go-to, really, for everything.
Like everything.
From, those chatbots that everyone and their grandmother is using these days.
Right.
To, those complex AI models that are really pushing the boundaries of what we thought was even possible.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
But here's the thing.
Yep.
Even with some experts predicting a slowdown in AI spending,
Right.
and even with all this new competition popping up left and right,
Yeah.
Nvidia is still projecting huge e-growth. Like they're expecting their revenue to hit a mind-blowing $43 billion
Wow.
in just the first quarter of 2025.
Okay.
That's way more than anyone expected.
Yeah, that's a big number.
So where is all this growth coming from?
Well, the magic word is Blackwell.
Blackwell.
Yeah.
Okay, so not the bookstore.
No.
Give me the detail.
Yeah, so it's their new architecture for AI chips.
Okay.
But it's more than just a chip, really. They're offering complete AI computing systems.
Right.
And the demand, well, let's just say it's off the charts.
Okay, Blackwell.
Yeah.
So how much of NVIDIA's success is riding on this Blackwell thing?
Well, in the fourth quarter of 2024 alone, NVIDIA raked in $11 billion
Wow.
from Blackwell-related products.
Okay.
To put that in perspective, that's almost half
Wow.
of their total data center revenue.
So it's a pretty big deal then.
It's a massive shift in their business, yeah.
That's serious money.
Yeah,
So it's not just about better chips then.
right.
What makes this transition to Blackwell so significant?
Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
NVIDIA is becoming the foundation of AI
Okay.
for the biggest names in cloud computing. Microsoft, Google, Meta, all of them.
Oh, wow.
They're weaving themselves into the very fabric of the digital world.
So it's less about selling individual chips then.
Right.
And more about providing the complete package, the
Yeah.
whole enchilada
Yeah.
for companies that want to be on the cutting edge of AI.
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But there's always a catch, right?
Right, yeah.
I came across an article mentioning that NVIDIA's gross margin
Oh,
is expected to drop to 71%.
okay.
Should we be worried about that?
Wow.
What's the deal with that?
There are some upfront costs, associated with this transition to Blackwell. These new chips are incredibly complex
Okay.
and expensive to produce.
Right.
So, yeah, their profit margins are taking a hit in
Okay.
the short term, but
But it's just a temporary dip then.
that's the idea.
Okay, so what's the long-term outlook?
Well, NVIDIA's CFO seems pretty confident
Okay.
that margins will bounce back to the mid-70% range
Yeah.
as production ramps up and those costs come down.
All right, so it's just a bump in the road then.
Exactly, not a dead end.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
But speaking of bumps in the road, let's talk about DeepSeek,
Okay.
this Chinese startup that's been making waves.
Right.
They're claiming they've developed AI models that are just as good as NVIDIA's,
Okay.
but at a fraction of the cost.
Interesting.
And that news, well, let's just say it caused quite a stir.
Yeah.
NVIDIA's market value, it plummeted
Oh, wow.
by $593 billion
Okay.
in a single day.
Yeah, I remember that.
The biggest one-day loss for any U.S. company ever.
Wow.
So is DeepSeek the NVIDIA killer everyone's making them out to be?
Well, it's definitely a development worth paying attention to.
Okay.
DeepSeek's claim, right, of developing these highly efficient and cost-effective AI models.
Right.
It has shaken things up a bit. It's a bold statement.
So you're not hitting the panic button just yet?
No, not quite.
Okay.
Here's what I think is really interesting. Even with all the buzz around DeepSeek,
Right.
NVIDIA's momentum with those big cloud computing companies, the hyperscalers.
Hyperscalers.
Yeah, that's those massive companies that run giant data centers.
Right.
Well, that momentum, it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. There was even a report, right, that Chinese companies are actually increasing their orders
Oh, wow.
for NVIDIA's H20 AI chips
Okay.
because of the demand that's been generated by DeepSeek's model.
Hold on. So you're saying DeepSeek's success could actually be driving demand for NVIDIA's products?
It's a little counterintuitive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a complex situation, for sure.
Okay.
It really just goes to show how dynamic the AI landscape is right now.
Right.
New players, they're emerging, challenging the status quo,
Yeah.
and it's creating these really unexpected ripples.
So NVIDIA's got the chips.
Uh-huh.
They've got the hyperscalers on their side.
Yeah.
And they seem to be weathering the DeepSeek storm.
It seems so.
But there's one more thing I want to understand. The Stargate data center project.
Oh, yeah.
President Trump just announced it.
Right.
And NVIDIA is involved.
Yeah.
What's the significance of all this? Why should our listener care about this project?
Well, what's fascinating here is that Stargate, it isn't directly related to AI chips.
Okay.
It's a massive data center project.
Right.
And Nvidia is providing their Spectrum X Ethernet technology for the networking infrastructure.
So it's not just about AI chips anymore.
It seems that way.
So they're branching out then.
Precisely.
Okay.
This move really shows that Nvidia is expanding their reach within the data center market, becoming this key player
Okay.
in the broader digital infrastructure.
Right.
And that, of course, contributes to their overall growth.
That's really insightful.
Yeah.
It seems like NVIDIA is making some pretty strategic bets on the future of the digital world,
Absolutely.
like just AI.
It's a testament to their vision and adaptability.
We'll dive deeper into all of this in the next part.
Looking forward to it.
For now, let's unpack what we've learned about NVIDIA's dominance, their challenges, and their expanding role in the digital landscape.
That was good.
Okay, so we've established that NVIDIA is a major player in the world of AI and data centers.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what does all of this mean for the average person?
That's a great question.
It's easy to get lost in the technical jargon and the billions of dollars flying around.
Right.
How does NVIDIA's dominance actually impact someone who isn't building data centers or training AI models?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It really highlights how deeply integrated these technologies are becoming in our everyday lives. You know, think about it.
Great.
Every time you use a cloud service, right, or access a website or stream a video, you're interacting with data centers.
Right.
And increasingly, those data centers are relying on NVIDIA technology.
So even if we don't realize it, we're all living in an NVIDIA world.
In a sense, yeah.
That's kind of a mind-blowing thought.
It is. It is.
It really is.
Their technology is powering so much of our digital experience.
Yeah.
And as AI becomes more and more woven into our daily lives, that influence is only going to grow.
Which brings us back to DeepSeek.
Okay.
If NVIDIA is this powerful force behind the scenes, does a company like DeepSeek really stand a chance? Can they disrupt this seemingly unstoppable giant?
You know, the tech world is known for being incredibly competitive
Right.
and unpredictable.
Yeah.
A few years ago, nobody had even heard of DeepSeek.
Right.
And now they're causing these massive shifts in the market.
Yeah.
So it's definitely too early to count them out.
So you're saying they could still be a real threat to NVIDIA's dominance?
You know, remember how we talked about Chinese companies buying NVIDIA chips to support DeepSeek's models? That suggests that there's a much more complex dynamic at play here.
Okay.
It's not just a simple case of one company replacing another. It's more like a dance where each player's moves influence the other.
Okay, that's a helpful analogy.
Yeah.
So what are some of the key takeaways from all of this? What's the big picture?
Well, first and foremost,
Okay.
the demand for AI, it's skyrocketing.
Right.
And NVIDIA is in a prime position to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Their transition to complete AI computing systems with Blackwell.
Right.
It's a strategic move that really solidifies their position as the market leader.
And even though there are some short-term challenges with their profit margins,
Yeah,
the long-term outlook seems pretty positive.
exactly.
Yeah.
The costs associated with producing those new Blackwell chips,
Right.
they're expected to decrease as production scales up and efficiencies improve. So those margins, they should rebound.
Okay. But as we've discussed, DeepSeek's emergence is a reminder that the AI landscape is constantly evolving.
Absolutely.
New challengers can appear out of nowhere and disrupt the entire game.
And on that note, NVIDIA's involvement in the Stargate data center project,
Right.
it shows that they aren't content with just sitting back and enjoying their success. They're actively expanding their reach, moving beyond just AI chips
Right.
to become this more integral part of the digital infrastructure.
It's really a fascinating story of growth,
Yeah.
ambition, and constant innovation.
Absolutely. It makes you wonder what the future holds for NVIDIA, for AI.
Yeah.
And really for all of us who rely on these technologies every day.
Right.
What will the next chapter of this story look like?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And one we'll explore in more detail in the final part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll delve deeper into the potential implications of NVIDIA's AI boom.
Right.
And what it could mean for the future. All right, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into NVIDIA's AI boom.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground from their dominance in the AI chip market to the emergence of competitors like DeepSeek and their expanding role in massive data center projects like Stargate.
It's been a whirlwind tour of the AI landscape, that's for sure.
It really has.
And as we wrap up, I think it's crucial to kind of step back.
Okay.
And really consider the broader implications of all this.
Yeah.
What does NVIDIA's success and the rapid advancement of AI in general, what does it all mean for the future?
Right.
Like, where are we headed with all of this?
Okay, so let's get big picture for a moment.
Okay.
What are the key questions we should be asking ourselves as AI becomes, increasingly powerful and pervasive?
Well, I think one of the most pressing issues is access.
Access.
Yeah. AI has this incredible potential to revolutionize so many aspects of our lives. Healthcare, transportation, education, you name it.
Yeah.
But will everyone benefit equally from these advancements?
Right.
Or will the benefits be concentrated in the hands of just a select few?
That's a crucial point.
It is.
We've talked about NVIDIA's close ties to those hyperscalers, those giant cloud computing companies that control so much of the digital infrastructure. Does this mean that access to, the most powerful AI tools will be limited to those who can afford it?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Developing and deploying, cutting-edge AI, it requires massive resources. And those resources, they're often concentrated within these large corporations.
Right.
So yeah, it raises these really important questions about fairness and equity.
Yeah.
And the potential for, a widening gap between those who have access to these powerful AI tools and those who don't.
So it's not just about the technology itself then. It's about, who controls it and how it's used.
Exactly.
It's about ensuring that AI benefits society as a whole.
Yeah.
Not just a privileged few.
And as AI becomes more sophisticated, we also need to, consider the ethical implications.
Sure.
How will AI impact jobs, right? What about privacy?
Right.
How will it shape our understanding of what it means to be human?
Yeah.
These are all these really big questions that we need to grapple with as we enter this new era.
These are some pretty weighty topics.
They are.
But they're incredibly important to consider as we navigate this rapidly evolving landscape.
I agree.
It's not just about cool gadgets and faster computers.
It's about shaping the future in a way that, benefits all of us.
And that's where the real challenge lies, right? It's not enough to just, develop powerful AI technologies.
Right.
We need to develop them responsibly with a deep understanding of their potential impact on society as a whole.
We need to have those open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of all of this.
Yeah.
And we need to include diverse voices in those discussions.
So it's a call to action then.
It is.
It's not just for, tech companies like Nvidia, but for everyone.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely. The future of AI isn't predetermined.
Right.
It's something that we are actively creating. And we all have a responsibility to make sure that it's a future that benefits everyone.
That's a powerful message to end on.
So to our listener, as you witness these incredible advancements in AI, don't just marvel at the technology.
Right.
Ask yourself how it will impact your life, your community, your world.
Yeah.
Engage in those important conversations and be a part of shaping the future of AI in a positive and ethical way.
We've only just begun to explore the possibilities.
Right.
And the journey ahead is, well, it's sure to be both exciting and challenging.
Yeah.
Stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged.
That's great advice. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into NVIDIA's AI boom.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating exploration of the ideas that are shaping our world.